Have you ever caught yourself smiling for no reason, only to realize it was their name on your mind? Or felt a sudden tingle in your chest when a familiar notification pops up, even before you see who it's from? Today, we'll explore 8 quiet signals that your crush is thinking of you, all through the lens of philosopher Alan Watts's timeless ideas about presence, connection, and the dance of minds. Stick around, because by the end, you'll recognize the hidden language they're sending, and feel a little more seen than ever before. 1. The unplanned hello at the perfect moment. You're about to give up on texting first, when suddenly their name lights up your screen with an unexpected "Hey, how's it going?" It isn't a scheduled good morning or good night text, just a spontaneous check-in that feels perfectly timed. Alan Watts spoke about the flow of life, how events align when two consciousnesses resonate. That unplanned message is more than courtesy, it's a pulse of awareness. In that instant, their focus shifts from whatever they were doing to you, creating a momentary bridge between your worlds. Next time it happens, pause and breathe in the surprise. Notice how your body responds. Does your heart speed up? That involuntary reaction confirms you're sharing a mental space, however briefly. 2. Echoed words in your conversations. You mention you've had a stressful day, and the very next message says, "I know how that feels." Or you casually remark about craving pizza, and moments later they ask, "Want to order together?" These aren't flukes, they're echoes of your own words. Watts emphasized the mirror-like quality of relationships, that in each other, we see our own reflections. When your crush picks up your exact phrasing, they're not just listening, they're tuning a radio to your wavelength, demonstrating that in their mind, your voice isn't background noise, it's the signal. To test this, watch your next conversation. If they repeat a phrase or pick up on a tiny detail you voiced, that's proof they're mentally replaying your words even when you're not present. 3. Timing their availability to yours. Notice they often pop online right when you are late night scrolling, coffee break browsing, weekend downtime. It's not stalking, it's subtle alignment. Watts described life as a rhythmic dance. Two people who resonate tend to step in time without planning it. That coincidental overlap of online status shows they're attuned to your digital presence, unconsciously seeking the moment you appear. The next time you log on, glance at their status. If they go from offline to online just after you arrive, it's more than coincidence, it's a silent invitation to connect. 4. The unspoken memory drop. You pass by a bookstore and think of that novel you love. Hours later, they send a message, "I saw that book today, made me think of you." Or you recall a childhood place they once mentioned, and next thing you know, you receive a photo of it. Watts talked about the interconnectedness of minds, suggesting that thoughts are not always confined to one head. When your crush shares a moment tied to your memories, it's as if they tapped into your stream of consciousness, acknowledging your inner world. Pay attention to how often they share images, songs, or articles that align precisely with your wandering thoughts. Those shared memories are bridges between your minds. 5. Subconscious comfort zones. You might find that they always choose a seat next to yours in a group, or they gravitate toward the same physical corner at gatherings. It feels so natural that you barely notice, until you imagine them sitting elsewhere, and it just seems odd. Alan Watts urged us to recognize our unconscious gravitation, how we move toward what feels familiar. When someone consistently orients themselves near you, without realizing it, they're seeking your presence as a source of ease and safety. Next time you're in a crowd, note where they settle. If they consistently end up beside you, their body language is revealing a subconscious map of comfort. 6. The gentle pause before responding. You send a message, a simple question or a funny meme, and instead of an instantaneous reply, there's a deliberate pause. Then, when they do respond, it carries warmth, thoughtfulness, and maybe a splash of humor or care. What's emphasized mindful presence, the idea that truly connecting requires momentary reflection. That brief silence isn't disinterest, it's them gathering their attention, centering their mind on you. When they finally reply, it's infused with the stillness they brought to the moment. Notice how their messages read. If they're thoughtful rather than off the cuff, that's a sign they've paused, considered you, and chosen words that matter. 7. Invitations that aren't obvious. They might say, "I'm thinking of checking out that new cafe downtown," without explicitly asking you to join. Or, "I've been wanting to see that movie," leaving the invitation hanging. It's subtle but clear. They're testing the waters to see if you'll respond with interest. In what's as view, implied invitations are dance steps in a social ballet. Instead of an overt ask, they create an opening, an unspoken question hanging in the air. Will you take the next move? When you detect that gentle nudge, recognize it for what it is, an offer of shared experience. Respond, and you step into the unspoken choreography they've laid out. 8. The invisible threads of empathy. On days you're down, they might check in with a simple "Are you okay?" Or they'll send a supportive message before you even mention your stress. It's as if they feel your emotional weather without you announcing it. What's believed in the unity of experience, that two minds in rapport share an emotional field. That capacity to sense your feelings without direct communication shows they're tuned into your subtle signals, your tone, your posting patterns, even the pauses in your online presence. Try this. On a tough day, hold off on posting or messaging. Wait to see if they reach out. If they do, unprompted, that's the clearest sign of all. You matter so much they're listening even in the spaces between your words. Let's quickly revisit the 8 subtle signs your crush is thinking of you, illuminated by Alan Watts's teachings, perfectly timed hellos when you need them most. Echoed words that show they're replaying your conversations. Synchronized availability in digital spaces. Shared memories that cross your minds at the same moment. Unconscious seating choices revealing comfort. Thoughtful pauses before their heartfelt replies. Implied invitations woven into casual remarks. Unspoken empathy reaching you without a single prompt. Each of these signs demonstrates a subtle alignment of two minds, an invitation into a shared flow of attention, presence, and care. Which sign surprised you the most? Drop a comment below sharing the moment you realized your crush was paying attention in one of these ways. If you found this insight helpful, hit the like button and share this video with someone who deserves to know they're on someone's mind. And for more explorations into the philosophy of connection and love, subscribe and ring that bell, because here, we turn spiritual wisdom into everyday magic. Thank you for joining me. Remember, presence is the greatest gift you can give and receive. Stay curious, stay connected, and may your days be filled with those beautiful, unspoken moments that remind you we're never truly alone.